This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about what everyone else is talking about, the name change. And we talk about Joe Bugle, Bobby Mitchell being honored, this and much, much more. Live with Aaron and John. Yo, what's up, John?
Yo, what's up?
Excellent!
Welcome, everybody. Harry Hog Football, episode number 492, coming at you live on YouTube. I hope. Is it streaming? We streaming?
I just checked. We are streaming.
Oh, wow. I can't believe it. Coming at you live on YouTube and on Discord channel. You can find us in Discord at discord.gg/5YW5YFT. And you can join the chat in there. All right, dude. What do you want to talk about first? Long time Boss Hog.
Man.
Redskins family great. Joe Bugle passed away, and there were some tributes I saw to him on the television. John Riggins, even Casey Raybach from Joe Bugle 2.0 had some nice things to say about Joe Bugle.
Yeah. I mean, Joe Gibbs is not a spring chicken either. None of those guys are. So it's just sad. Starting to see more. We're getting, you and I are both getting older because we're starting to see people from our childhood that were a big deal, and they're starting to pass. So yeah, it was a sad bit of Redskins history that came to a close there with that.
Yep. I noticed we got David Herzing, DJ Cool 4, and Ruby Tripper in the Discord.
The Discord chat.
I don't know if they're in Discord. They're not in the live podcast listening. You guys can go in there and see the podcast if you want in that channel on Discord. I know it's weird, but you can do it. And anyway, Joe Bugle, 2 stints in Washington. Was he there for all the Super Bowls? I think he was.
Was he? I don't think he was there for that last Super Bowl.
Oh, maybe not. At one point, he went and coached the Cardinals, didn't he?
Yeah, he didn't have a good career with that, but I mean, in Washington, he was a
saint.
He was a football legend, man.
Yeah, he was. Boss Hog, they called him, and yeah,
because he came up with the whole hog thing. It was him.
Mm-hmm. I didn't shed a tear for Joe Bugle, but when Joe Gibbs goes, I might be like, get a little choked up. He's getting old.
Yeah, Joe Gibbs is right up there.
Joe Gibbs is probably in the top 5 people I would like to meet that are alive today. Of course, I'd probably freeze up and not say anything to him, but I'd still want to meet him. Yeah,
he missed the 1991 Super Bowl because he had gone to coach the Cardinals. He was the head coach of the Raiders for a year as well. Man.
David Herzing.
Way to go.
David Herzing says, this is too many apps. I don't know what to do. You can stay where you're comfortable, dude. YouTube or in Discord, but if you want to actually come on the show, you got to pop in Discord. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But not everyone wants to be on the show. Anyway,
some people just like to listen to the show.
Next thing, anyway, our thoughts are with Joe Bugle's family and all of those that knew him, and as they get through this
and everything,
another thing piled on
as they get to this this humongous elephant in the room right now that is the Redskins.
Hold on, we got
name change. Oh, what?
Oh, we got other business to talk about first.
We do?
Let's talk about
that happened before that.
Yeah, Asante Samuel.
You mean that dumb idiot guy, Asante Samuel?
Not as dumb as Deshaun Jackson, But so I'm out in the middle of the wilderness last week, social distancing up in Wisconsin with no internet except for where I was roaming. I could send texts and check emails.
I mean, it was like you and a bunch of like snowshoe baseball people and moose.
Yeah. And Discord would pop through. So people like started lighting up our Discord channel, chatting in there. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But anyway, John, you texted me and I didn't even get the text. You were like, didn't you read the text? Because all I saw was Tony Dungy set him straight. And I'm like,
I think because it was a long text, like a too long, like an SMS text.
And AT&T was like, no, we're not letting that go through.
Excuse me, that's longer than 140 characters. You're gonna have to split that one up.
Yeah, your carrier didn't pay us enough to roam on our network for you to be able to do that. Sorry. But anyway, if you guys didn't hear, Asante Samuel said something to the effect of, and I'm paraphrasing, that he didn't know what was so great about Darryl Green. He played nickel most of his career. Is that about it?
Yeah, that's about it. Now, Asante Samuel has been like a Pro Bowler.
Okay.
He went to college. I mean, so
Tony Dungy apparently got on Twitter and was like, no disrespect, dude. Darryl Green did not play nickelback. He played on the outside. And he basically shut down the outside for almost 2 decades.
Yeah.
Like in all caps. 2 decades. And
like basically he took Asante Samuel to school on that one.
And dude, I'm like, and if you haven't really heard much about him, this is because no one threw it his way, dude.
Yeah, he said something about that. He was like, no one even threw at him. It's like, dude, when you've got like an all-pro corner on one side, you're going to throw at Darryl Pounds every game, every play. Or Barry Wilbur. Barry Wilbur was a Pro Bowler because everyone kept throwing at him, and for one season he was really good.
Yeah, but not Darryl Pounds.
Not Darryl.
I mean, it had to be difficult to play opposite Darryl Green. Think about it. You're like, crap, they're always going to be throwing it on me.
Yeah, you're just like, who would they throw? Well, they're always going to get me.
But anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
I won't say, and this is what I really appreciated about Darryl Green. Am I wearing the Darryl Green jersey? Oh, I am. How fitting.
You are.
This is what I always appreciated about Darryl Green every time I watched him play. There were some dudes, not naming names, primetime, who thought it more important to go for an interception and make the flashy play rather than first making sure they don't get past you if they catch it. 2, keep them from catching the ball.
Right.
And the other thing I appreciated about Darryl Green, if you saw a tackle, someone get tackled on the screen, Darryl Green was always around the tackle, even if he didn't make it. He would come flying in to make sure that the tackle was made. Dion, if it's not on his side of the field, I don't want to get into this whole thing with Dion. Don't get me going. Cowboy.
Yeah,
Falcon.
yeah.
Anyway,
Dirty bird.
Before we get to the elephant in the room, is that all the news we have?
You guys know the whole thing about Deshaun Jackson, that he suddenly hates Jews. Who knew? But
apparently he didn't know it either, because he didn't know what he was saying.
I don't know. I saw the picture of him when he was like doing the whatever film clip it was on whatever app he was doing it on, and he looked high as a kite. So,
and it was some picture, like, wasn't it some quote that was supposedly Hitler, but it really wasn't Hitler?
Yeah. He was like, this Hitler guy's not so bad. It was like, what?
He's not so bad. He only took out an entire race of people, or tried to. Yeah. He's not so bad. Yeah. The thing is when I heard that he apologized and didn't know what he was saying, I completely believed him. Because that guy is not the sharpest tool.
No. He went to college, though. I think that's going to be my theme for the show. That guy went to college.
Did he graduate?
I don't know. Dude, Dexter Manley went to college. He couldn't even read. So
he didn't do well in his comprehension class.
Yeah, really.
Anyway,
should we move on to like the humongous big issue?
All right, let's move on to the humongous big issue. It appears that Dan Snyder is reviewing the team name after pressure not from the Native Americans, but from his sponsors.
So basically, Dan Snyder's not suddenly hasn't had a change of heart to be like, oh yeah, Native Americans are cool and stuff. No, he's doing it because he's going to lose money because FedEx, like, is really upset, and they don't want to lose money because they have named FedEx Field.
Because other
who else
people
was it? Pepsi, because other people would stop giving them business too. Nike, of course, Nike.
They're all jumping on the bandwagon.
Pepsi
this
also
being a
as
racist
well.
name.
Yeah.
So now Daniel Snyder is reviewing the name. He could come back and be like, I reviewed it. I still think it's fine.
How far do you think Dan Snyder could go before the rest of the owners want him out? Like, think about the guy who owned the Panthers.
Not much further.
Yeah. Think about the guy who owned the Panthers. He was a jerk. He hated players, even though he was the only one that was a player himself of all the owners in the NFL. But he finally lost his team because he was like, I don't know. People were saying he was like sexually abusing people or sexually assaulting people or whatever it was. I don't know. I have no idea. But he had to sell the team.
Well, here's the thing. Dan Snyder hasn't done any of that stuff. He hasn't been caught with prostitutes in Florida, Robert Kraft. He hasn't cheated, Robert Kraft.
Dude, he wasn't a she wasn't a prostitute. She was a masseuse.
Well, anyway, I mean, he hasn't cheated. He hasn't done any of that stuff.
Yeah, that we know of. There's no
would get you
reports about him doing anything that could get him like Robert Sterling, guy who owned the NBA team out in California. The Warriors? Ironically enough. No, he was the LA Clippers owner, duh. Right, but he got caught on tape being, dropping the N-word over and over again to his girlfriend. So that's what made him lose his job. But Dan Snyder just people just don't like him, but no one's got anything they could pin on him trying to get him to sell the team.
Nope. He hasn't done anything. The only thing that he was ever busted for that made the news was something about cutting down trees on his property.
Yeah, exactly.
And he wasn't supposed to.
And screwing over all of us Redskins fans for over 20 years now. But
yeah, raking us over the coals. And I think not only, in fact, I think Daniel Snyder is reviewing the team not because he agrees that the team name is racist. Partially because his investors were pulling out. And someone tipped him off, hey, you have all these poor saps that you sold all this Redskins equipment to. If you change the name, look how many people are going to have to buy new jerseys that say one of these team names.
Dude, I've been walking around my house multiple times every day since this news came out, and I'm like, man, I have a lot of Redskins crap. I mean, I'm in the Redskins room. Now, changing the name, yeah.
I'm going to keep it, too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It doesn't bother me to change the name, really. I know you're really bothered by it. But, man, I have a lot of Redskins crap. So much Redskins stuff.
I'm not bothered by it. I'm just not going to let someone make me feel guilty about it. Just because they all of a sudden they randomly think that it's racist, and then it's not.
Well, there's like 3 Native Americans who are like really, really, really on the fringes of their society. Like your favorite person, Amanda Black Horse.
I don't even know who that is. You told me not to talk about her because I might get in trouble, so I'm not going to.
And people like that, but I mean, Gary Clark just had a story a couple days ago. It was like, I went to a Native American reservation. They all like the Redskins. So I don't know where it's coming from. I think most people do, but it's always the loud people are always on the periphery of society, but they always want you to notice them. And
Squeaky wheel gets the grease, dude. Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Gets the grease.
And I'm to the point now, like you said, I was really upset about it, but I'm to the point now where I just want them to shut up. I mean, people
I'm tired of hearing about it.
Yeah. I want to watch football and not worry about this stuff. People come into this world with one reflex to get what they want, and that's to cry and whine. And these people, that's what they use.
Yeah. So I was going to talk about something in regards to this. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, I guess, with the name change going on.
We do, but like we both, everyone that watches or listens to us knows that we hate politics and we try to keep it out of football. And then they try to bring this on us, so we have to discuss this tonight. So I don't care about it. What I care about is if it's changed to something stupid.
Yeah, that's like the worst thing. So we're going to go over some of the names that people have been bringing up. And we may throw in a couple names ourselves at the end of that, and see which ones we think will be good for a sports team to have, and which ones maybe not so good for a sports team to have.
Mm-hmm. And then once we do this, if you guys want to weigh in, hit us up on either the YouTube chat or come into the Discord room. And if you have earphones and a mic, you can come on and talk about it. Yeah. But anyway,
and dudes, we know the thing: Fighting Irish. Cowboys, Vikings, yes, we know, we know, we get it. What are you gonna do?
You mean that they're racist also?
Well, some people think that they're racist. If the Redskins is a racist term, even though it means a football team instead of people, that the Vikings,
and it has for 80 years, because I've never, ever heard any Native American be referred to as a Redskin in my 43 years on the planet.
The last time I heard somebody say that, it was Snake in Escape from New York. And it was like in the early 80s. And I remember it was just like, dang. So, yeah. But, words change. Oklahoma still needs, the word is still Choctaw for Redskin, et cetera, et cetera.
They're going to change that next.
Oh, this is what I was going to talk about. So there's all these extremist Native Americans that wanted the name change, all three of them.
Black
and they said that they hadn't heard anything from Dan Snyder and from the Redskins, that they should be allowed to talk about this because it's a team name and all this stuff. But now it's come out that the Redskins are going to keep the burgundy and gold, yay, but they're going to drop all Native American imagery.
Which is what I was yelling for when I first heard this. Like, be done with them altogether. Like, what is this? They deserve a say?
Yeah, I mean, if they were going to change it to something else that meant Native Americans, like Native Americans, Washington D.C. Native Americans, they could do that. But since they're not doing it, and those three people have won, then I mean, what do you want? Do you want us to bring you on? Do you want to bring you over to Redskins Park and celebrate in front of everybody?
That's done. Cool. They're done.
Yeah, they're done. And you can tell because Dan Snyder gave exactly $0 to his Native American charity that he came up with a few years ago, for the last year. So there's a whole lot of Native Americans, including ones that have schools on their reservations where the nickname is the Redskins. And now they're not going to get the millions of dollars that Dan Snyder's charity was going to give them in the past because there's no Redskins anymore. So who wins, really?
Amanda Blackhorse. She got what she wanted.
Amanda Blackhorse and that guy from the Oneida Nation. And,
what was his name?
Halberter? I don't know. He's
Halberter and her, and then there was one other dude.
That Halberter thing, I think he's the guy that runs his I don't know. There's a very damning story about him where he's kind of like a crime lord, and either with him or you're against him. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever. So moving on, we need to move into this whole thing about the nicknames that people have come up with and see what we think about those.
I was going to say one other thing about the name change.
Yeah.
As much as I don't like it, we've seen it coming for years because the squeaky wheels kept getting louder. But the fact that we completely cleaned house of all of our suckitude, we're starting over from scratch. Maybe a new name and uniform wouldn't be a bad time right now. We've hit rock bottom. Just start over. We're starting over. Yeah. Starting fresh.
Now, the only thing that would complete this
would be a Super Bowl win this year.
Would be if Jeff Bezos buys the team.
Which is rumored.
The guy who owns Amazon, who is the richest man in the world, wants to buy a football team.
And he lives in D.C. area now.
Well, he has a house here because this is where they're opening up. This is like the D.C. area is his like a East Coast hub now. Like they're building this whole thing. Like 40,000 workers are coming to the area or being hired by Amazon to run it from this side of the country. So I don't know. We got to build a stadium. We got 70 more years in this crappy stadium. It's about time, Dan Snyder, sell the team. Jeff Bezos, he'll be like, dude, I'll give you $4 billion right now. And you can keep your crappy stadium. I'll just build a new one. Man, if he could buy the team, well, anyone could buy the team over Dan Snyder. He's such a just awful owner. Don't forget, he sues like
grannies. Someone reporters. Pointed that out.
He sues reporters. He sues grandmas because they couldn't pay for the season tickets. He sued some DC paper.
Wait, that was during the time where, the 20 years where he tried to hold up the facade that there was still a waiting list for season tickets.
Oh, yeah. There was a waiting list that was never really a waiting list. And just all the stuff. I mean,
it all boils down to Dan Snyder sucking.
Yeah, it all boils down to him. And when he finally dies or he sells the team, whichever comes first, I don't know. We're going to have a celebration up in here. Come on. Celebrate. Time.
Dan Snyder is thinking about selling the team.
But was he induced?
Yeah, by Amanda Blackhorse.
He was induced to change the name. All right, dude. So what name changes do we have?
All right. Get ready with your comments of what name changes you like. I see C-Jack is waiting in the live podcast room, so we'll get to him in a minute.
Okay.
Here we go. If this works, we have brought some of them up here.
Oh, look at that. On the screen on YouTube.
This is apparently the front runner for those of you listening on iTunes or what have you. It's the Washington Warriors logo that someone has created. Looks like S. Smith Designs. Right there, S. Smith Designs is credited with this mock-up. The 3 stars.
Warriors. Yeah.
Is it inside or outside corner W? Is it a Triton?
I like the W. I like the W in the name, like the Washington Warriors.
I like that alliteration. Is that the right
word? I like
the
alliteration. Yeah, like Tennessee Titans. I like the Washington Warriors. Or the Dallas Sucks.
Yeah, Modes88 is saying in Discord he or she, I'm not sure which, would be more bothered if the colors changed than the name. I'm kind of with him. Because I didn't even think about the colors would even change until someone was like, they're going to keep the colors. And I was like, I didn't know that was up for change.
Yeah, a lot of people want to see, well, I don't know of a lot. Let me backtrack on that. But some people want to see the colors change to red, white, and blue, just like the rest of the DC major teams in the area. Not DC United. But
here's the uniforms that this guy designed. So, it looks like the throwback.
That's like the 30s throwback. I like that a lot.
And it just says
Washington Warriors. Warriors is kind of a generic name, I guess, but it's still kind of a cool name. And like I said, I like the alliteration, WW.
See these uniforms right here? if we want to get to what I like, or are we going to save what we like till the end?
No, go for it. Like, stick it in.
All right. I basically am done with anything that could possibly be offensive to anyone because I'm tired of hearing people whine. I want it to be either the Washington FC or John likes DC FC.
I like DC FC. DC
Football
Club. Love it.
Have uniforms like this, exactly like this, except take this. Oh, can you see it? Hold on. Take this logo off. Burgundy, the gold and white stripe, or just gold.
Kind of like the Browns. Kind of like
the Browns or the one side of the Steelers helmet.
The older Browns, not like the new fangled Browns with their college uniforms, like the older style Browns. But yeah, dude, that DC FC I think is really good, but I don't think that's going to happen. It would be sweet though.
Modes 88 is pointing out with Warriors we would lose our Hail to the Redskins and HTTR. Sorry, the HTTR. Well, unofficially you could sing whatever you want.
Yeah, but they change it to Hail to the Warriors instead of Hail to the Redskins. Well,
to the Warriors. Yeah, I guess you could.
I wonder how. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They might have to do like a total retooling of that whole song just to. I don't know. It just seems to me that song, even that song, is going to get crapped upon by Miss Black Horse. So.
Miss Black Horse is done. Like,
done or dumb? Yes.
Done. I mean, my other comment was Dan Snyder could come back after this review and be like, we've reviewed it and decided we're just going to change our logo and have a picture of John Adams with his sunburned face and arms and his white chest, bare-chested. And it just says the Washington Redskins and then just be like, we're not even talking about you.
Because if you want a white boy on there, I am the whitest boy you know.
We're talking about sunburn.
Sunburn, man.
All right. Bryce Johnson says Warriors is a bad idea. I say go away from referencing anything Native Americans. I agree with going away from anything Native American, but I would agree that Warriors is so generic. It's not necessarily.
Warriors can be anybody.
Native American.
Warriors can be anybody. So
I am the warrior. All right, should we go to the next one?
And of course, someone is going to have the soundbite of "Warriors come out to play." You don't know that, do you?
Yeah, sorry, I was burping.
Okay. Which would be bad if we would use that, because that's like Dallas using "Who Let the Dogs Out" when offense is on the team, is on the field.
Oh, dude, Michael Kingswood's dropping a bomb on us in here.
Huh.
He says if they change the name, he's out. Love is love, but can't love someone you no longer respect.
Yeah. Some people said that they'll stop watching football if the team changes its name. I mean, like some of my relatives stopped watching football because people were kneeling. What do you do? I love football. I'm going to keep watching it. Unless we do some really stupid name.
Unless it's something stupid. Well, that sucks, Michael, because we hate to see you go. And unfortunately, the squeaky wheel got the grease.
The FedEx and Pepsi and Nike got the grease.
Yep.
It's all about money, man.
So anyway.
All right. Next.
All right, we're moving.
Bum, 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 bum.
Bugle Boy 624 is saying take it back to the original name, Braves. Again, Amanda Black Horse is never going to let that happen, and she runs the show.
She might as well be Donald Trump, like senior.
I will say one time I ever agreed with Donald Trump was when he was saying they shouldn't change the name this week. Probably the one time. All right, let's not get into Donald Trump.
Yeah, not getting into the politics as much as we can.
Here's some more Warriors. This is from Royer Designs came up with this. Again, these feathers. I like the arrow on the W. That's cool, but again, Amanda.
And Hal
Amanda is not gonna go for that.
Is that even her first name?
Amanda.
I have no idea. Amanda.
I don't know what her middle name is.
I think it's Black.
During the course of these last few days, I see Jason pointed this out. We also were talking about the Warthogs. Like, you really liked that one where it represented the plane.
For Warthogs? Oh man, I really like Warthogs for two reasons. For a couple of reasons. Because one, it's the Hogs. Everyone knows the Hogs and the Redskins and the '80s offensive line. I don't want to name the team just Hogs, but Warthogs. I mean, do you guys know what an A10 Warthog looks like? It is the ugliest plane in the world. But if you've ever been in the military, and neither of us have, but I've seen plenty of shows where people are just like, the A10 Warthog saved my life because it came over that hill and it just destroyed whoever they were fighting, Iraqi bad people or ISIS or something like that. And apparently the military keeps trying to cut it. But the soldiers are just like, you got to keep this plane here. This plane, it's awesome. It's a big, ugly thing. And I think it would be really good to have the Hog, the airplane. Service people in the country would be like, yeah, I like the Redskins, or I like the Warthogs because it's, honors the military.
Mm-hmm. I thought that was a little odd. When I read the comment from Rivera where it said they wanted to honor the military and Native Americans in the new name, something like that. I was like, why did he throw military in?
Well, his parents were military.
Well, I know, but
so they want to honor the military.
Is that the one of the missions of the Redskins as a team, or
I don't know. Dan Snyder's not even in this country right now. I think that was him just coming up with that stuff.
Maybe a man to dictate.
I think that's kind of what's behind the whole Warriors being the front runner. It's just because of that.
Here's this guy's rebranding.
We have to get rid of the feathers, though.
Yeah, I
don't want anything to do with that.
This guy did do some good work, though.
Yeah. This. Oh yeah.
Whoa! What happened? Okay, sorry. Okay. So then we have what is this? Here's some other Warriors things. I don't know if you can see it. More feathers.
Yeah.
We're not doing it. But then he still has the R. How can he still keep the R? I don't understand.
Well, I don't think a lot of these pictures weren't made in the last week. They were online before, but people didn't pay attention to them before because I've seen a lot of this stuff before.
And is this the old Senators logo with the W? Because that's kind of cool with the Pentagon.
Nope.
It's not? Well, it's kind of cool. I like that design. I don't like these uniforms, but that thing in the middle is cool.
Gold rush uniform.
Yep. University of Arkansas might take issue with that. The Harry Hogs. I thought they were the Razorbacks. Do they go by Harry Hogs too? Maybe they do.
No, they're the Razorbacks.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I think they call them Hogs for. I think we should just be called. No one else has said this except for me. I kind of like the Red Hogs, where it kind of takes your name from Redskins and Hogs, but yet get rid of the skins part. And you can still say hail to the Red Hogs.
The Red Hogs, hail the Warriors,
hail victory. Pigs on the warpath.
Like Ruby Tripper said that on there about the song and everything. But yeah,
Hogs on the warpath.
Braves on the warpath.
Just change it to whatever it is on the warpath, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. All right. What's next name?
Although Warthogs on the warpath would be a mouthful.
Warthogs is just an ugly name. I love it because it's an ugly name, and warthogs are ugly, whether it's an airplane or a pig.
Yeah,
it's like, I love it for football. I think it's fantastic.
They should trade Morgan Moses. Finally, David Herzing is done talking about the name and get back to football, and I love it. And just for that, I think the name of this episode should just be "They Should Trade Morgan Moses." David Herzing, here's to you, David.
Here's to you, David.
Anyway,
people were complaining about the name here and there. You stood up for justice.
David.
Morgan Moses, he needs to be traded.
It is
But
our
you
duty.
said no. We need more than that.
David, it is our duty to go through this for all Redskins fans everywhere. It's very cathartic for some of them, like Michael. We got to talk him back from the ledge. It'll be okay,
really.
Michael. You'll be able to watch football again. Okay, so let's move forward here. This one has been getting some traction, so to speak, and there's actually Vegas betting on these name changes. So I don't know if you want to look that up.
Of course there are. Everything's becoming betting.
This is from Rich Jr.
Now.
This dude, Rich Jr.
Yeah.
Has come up with the Washington Red Tails, which we've heard a lot about, who is a shout out to the Tuskegee Airmen.
Tuskegee Airmen.
From World War II. An all-black fighting squadron.
An all-black fighter escort that escorted the bombers. They were known as one of the best groups that were out there. Did their jobs immaculately great. Lots of great stories about it. If you ever see something on TV about the Tuskegee Airmen, check it out. It's really good.
So I like the idea. I like the idea a lot. I like how that probably cannot be offensive to anyone.
Dude, we can't be called the Red Tails.
But the
Red Tails get whipped. Dallas newspaper, Red Tails get whipped. Philadelphia newspapers, Red Tails get whipped. New York newspapers, Red Tails get whipped. That's horrible. We can't have that name.
We spanked those Red Tails.
Oh, those Red Tails got spanked. We just can't do it. We can't do it. It's
as much as I like the idea behind it, yeah.
Just Red Tails. You can't name it football. Like maybe a baseball team you could call the Red Tails because they hit fly balls.
Oh wait, hold on. Michael Kingswood's coming back.
Yeah.
That said, the A10 is awesome. I could get behind Warthogs, maybe. All right, we've talked him off the ledge, guys. See, we've done our part.
All right, sweet. I really like the Warthog. I would love to see the A10, like the silhouette on the helmet, just like.
It's not getting any traction though. We need to everyone get on and tweet it out 1,000 times and.
Warthogs.
And make sure Amanda's on board with it.
I should say Amanda Black. I should maybe
tweet at Amanda Blackhorse. Is Warthogs all right? All right, here's another Red Tails jersey. I kind of like the jersey with the W with the wings. That's cool. But I do not, of course, like the actual name, unfortunately. Now, here's one that you were asking me if I liked, and I said I did not.
This is like the dark horse that's come up lately.
The reason why I don't like this one is because I fear for my life that it's going to have the worst stupid-looking Panthers or Jaguars looking.
All you got to do is look at NC State and the University of Nevada and see what's the worst time they ever put their wolf on the side of their helmet, and then make that like 100 times worse. And that would be what the Redskins like PR department would stick on the side of our helmets if we became the Red Wolves.
The Redskins The Redskins graphics department is horrible. You know they can't even get numbers right on people's jerseys on tickets that go out to all the fans.
Yep, on tickets.
So this is just a plain W. They have a logo on there. I can't even see how lame it is because
that logo's not bad because it's like 3 claw marks, like a wolf clawing across the W.
No, I mean on his shoulder.
Oh no! Oh, I see it. It's small though. It's tiny. It's tiny.
I don't know how to zoom in here. So anyway, Fred Smoot tweeted those out. He apparently likes this one. I like those claws on the jersey though. That's cool.
Yeah. I mean,
there's the logo. You could see it. It's horrible.
Oh, keep scrolling it up for our
Oh no, wait, look, no, this is the one that Fred Smoot came up with right here.
Okay.
Before we get to the really bad one. So this one, this is what I'm afraid of. I don't want these like Jaguar and logos like that.
You don't want to be in the stadium going out, woo!
Oh my gosh! Please no, please.
Oh!
Speaking, I also wanted
could
to ask you
happen.
this. I wanted
Yeah.
to point out this. Notice that our team is the first one to be attacked of the Native American teams as being racist, but we're the
Yes.
only one that does not do that racist tomahawk, which goes to show you
We
the
are.
people that are calling out for these things to be changed don't even watch football.
Oh yeah, yeah. They need to talk to people like in football, the Chiefs who do that.
Yeah. You
But
know, the
like
Super
the
Bowl
Braves,
champions?
The Atlanta Braves drive me crazy with that.
It is
Especially
so racist.
Nationals fans, or Florida State does it too. I don't know if they do it with the Cleveland Indians, but the Indians are also going to change their name. Although I mean, it's Indians, not Native Americans. It really should.
All right, here comes the one that it looks like my 11-year-old did.
Dad,
saying
look
that-
at this.
I'm saying that quietly as if not to offend her. Who
Very
out
good,
there in the
honey.
peanut gallery loves this one? Who loves this one? Bryce Johnson, can we mark you down for this logo?
What if we take off the circle? What if we take off the circle and the feathers and we just have the wolf howling in birdie and goal by itself without the red wolves with the R, the without the Gibbs R on there?
Well, then it looks like
call
a
that the
sticker that you
Gibbs
got in a Happy Meal. I mean, okay. Oh,
I would not-
DJ
I would
Cool
not-
4 wants this one.
I do not hate this one. I kind of like Red Wolves. Not as much as the Warthogs.
Wait,
But
do you
I
like the
kinda like the
name
Red
or do you
Wolves.
like this logo?
I like the name.
I do have to admit I like those slashes right there.
But yeah, I mean, all you gotta do is look at those colleges and see how some of the bad stuff they've had on there, where you're just like, man, that's a wolf, huh?
Like this. That is so. See, that's what you can't draw a wolf logo that looks cool. I don't.
With a helmet on it, especially.
Yeah. That's why I say plain helmet. If you're gonna do it, no logo like that, plain helmet, just have the slashes, and be done.
Well, we might end up having to do that if we even have a football season this year. That might be what they have to do this year. Who knows if they come up with something, or maybe they're just like, maybe we'll just go plain this year. Maybe we'll go with DCFC.
All right, here, dude, we're getting. This is close to yours.
Warhogs.
Warhogs. The logo is not so cool, but that's. I like how it just says hogs on the jersey there.
Yeah, I do like that, and that takes us back to the glory years of Joe Gibbs and everything, and Joe Bugle, and has nothing to do with Native Americans since we're not allowed to do that anymore. So
Yeah,
that looks good to me.
it's got like a tusk on the shoulder. I mean, maybe if you just took this little like tusk coming out and had it as the logo, kind of like the Rams, just have the Rams horn, then that could be cool.
The Rams logo is either really good or really bad, just depending on what they're using.
Yeah, this is DC Sports Experience that posted this. What is this logo?
That's
This
his
is
arm.
from Aaron Perry,
Oh,
who also
that's a
likes the
warthog,
Warhawks.
man. But it's a warthog, though. Everything they've got on there is not a warhog; it's a warthog.
Yeah, and then someone is saying, "How about the Senators?" I do like
dude,
the
if
color
we-
scheme.
Dude, if we go with the warthog as well, one thing about warthog is that they can always like quote the opposite places like Dallas or Philly or New York. They can always quote the Lion King.
Yeah, they could.
When what's his face? What was his name?
Pumbaa.
Was he? I was about to say, is he Tibu or is he Pumbaa?
Pumbaa.
Pumbaa goes, she's gonna eat me.
Yeah.
And we don't want that. So maybe not. I don't know. I still kind of like it though. All right. So you were gonna say Senators?
So yeah, it's Senators, which I was kind of hoping for when the Nationals came back, but
Yeah. And there've been other names like Federals or Congress or Americans and stuff like that.
presidents or generals.
We do not need to be called presidents.
No.
I think that's a bad idea.
I would like to keep politics out of football. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I don't want to go with like. That's why I like national. That's why nationals have grown on me over senators. Because senators are political, but nationals are just like they're the nationals.
This is a little phallic right here.
All right, yeah. See, when you showed me this one a little bit before we went on the air, I was like, it's like two bones and a mushroom.
Mushroom
Cap.
Yeah, I don't know about this one.
Yeah, what is that one supposed to be? Senators?
Senators also.
What? Okay.
All right. So anyway, let's see here. Are we done with this? I think that's all of them.
I guess. I don't know if you guys out there in the peanut gallery have any other ideas to joke to put to try out as the name, because I think we've gone through the big ones, the dark horse stuff that's not going to go through DCFC. Jason just said, "Hail the Warthogs, hail victory." What do you say, joke all the Cowboys?
Reason bad words. What? Oh, it looks like. Oh, Jason got a warning in the Discord chat because he put a bad word in that, which was, "You're not allowed to type Cowboys on our Discord." It says Jason got a warning. Why? Reason bad words. Don't worry, Jason. You won't be kicked out.
You won't be kicked out. Actually, you got promoted to level 2.
Anyway, yeah. So he's in there, and he said so. Anyway, we've got C-Jack. C-Jack 17 is in the live podcast room. I don't know if he's ready to come on or not.
Okay.
If you are C-Jack, send us a text that says you got your headset and your mic ready to go.
And RPG Cadre is saying that as long as the Red Tails that are alive and their families are okay with it, he'd be all right with that name. That is very important. And that's another thing where we don't want like here at Harry Hog Football, we don't want the name to go with any people. We don't want to go with Native Americans. We don't want to go with any kind of people that will turn on the team, basically.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was saying Washington Football Club or whatever and just be done.
Yeah, DC Football Club.
In 50 years from now, it can't be racist or offensive or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Even though in 50 years from now, the way we're going with things, the name of the city, Washington, might be changed for all we know.
Yeah, truly. Well, I mean, the House of Representatives has passed a motion to make D.C. the 51st state, and it would take it from District of Columbia to something else that was, I can't remember what they said. It was different from that.
District of something else.
It was something different. Yeah, I don't remember. It's not going to pass the Senate.
All right, so C-Jack, we got you in here. Are you planning on coming on the show and giving us your comments about what you think the team name should be, or are you just hanging out watching the show in there? Just let me know. But I mean, that's about it. Comment. It just says comment. What does that mean? He's ready to comment.
Yeah, he's ready, yo.
He's in. He's ready. Okay, let's see if we can do this again.
All right, da-dum-bum.
All right, let's see. Yo, can you hear me?
Hey, there he is.
Yeah,
dude.
You're on, dude. How's it going?
Up?
CJ shoots photo, C-Jack 17. Man, you change your name so much. I mean, you change your name a lot, so you should have a comment on what the name change should be.
Yeah. To anything, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
The other teams in Washington
Right.
But
Yeah.
to me, that's the reason why we don't want to do that. Like we're, that's our identity at this point. That's the thing we're going to hold on to, the thing that we're going to keep the same. And like, I want to have identity. This has been my team since the early 80s. It's like, I want to stay with, I think the name should be changed. As much as I hate to say it, yeah, I think it should be changed. But I love the Redskins. I'm a diehard beloved fan, but it
Hey,
should be probably changed. But,
hey,
so,
C-Jack.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to I don't know. They said they can't hear you. Can they hear you?
Oh yeah.
Yes or no?
They're saying they cannot hear him.
Yeah, I don't know. They're saying they can't hear you, and I said, "Can you hear him now?" Because I've switched something. They can't hear you on YouTube, so let me figure out. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if they can hear you now or not, but if not, we're gonna have to fix it for next week. Otherwise, they're just listening to silence.
No worries. Yeah, I'll let you guys go. But thanks for the podcast, guys. I love what you do. And we'll.
Oh
wait, they can hear you now. They can.
Oh,
hear
they
you?
got you now. Sweet. All right.
I think.
Yeah, they're saying.
Can.
So.
Okay, they can.
So you were talking about the colors changing or not changing.
Man, I would be devastated if the colors changed.
Oh, me too.
I want it to look like it used to. I think it's great. This is the first time I heard your idea about just having the same helmet with like the gold and white stripe down the middle, and that's it. Just leave it like that, and just take the logo off right now, and just kind of like the Browns are saying, just solid color burgundy. I think that would look great for 2020. Maybe they'll come up because they're going to have a whole marketing campaign pitch or hire people, professionals. Like these are cool logos that people are coming up with that y'all been showing, but they're going to have a whole new, they're going to have professionals come in with their whole marketing campaign to come up with something that looks up to par or whatever they think is professional. But I don't know. Like for now, I wouldn't mind them just taking the logo off for this season. I mean, obviously and I'm kind of leaning towards Warriors. Red Tails, I think is really cool for the historical factor though. I like, but it doesn't, like, this is kind of just a personal preference. It doesn't flow off the tongue so much. Washington Red Tails, like Warriors. I don't know. Washington Warriors does, I don't know, it works, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
On that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the idea that you just kind of threw out there about, at least for this 1 year, just take the logo off, call it the Washington team, and then take time to like figure out what you want it to be instead of hurrying into something that you're going to end up not liking.
Yeah, we don't need it. And that's the thing. I think Daniel Snyder right now, like, what didn't Rivera say? He hopes it gets updated before the season starts. So I'm thinking hopefully in the next month we're going to hear some big announcement or something.
Dude, you know how horrible the Redskins graphics department is? If you have them change every single thing in a month, that's not happening. Dude, they still, I was telling John before we started this, they still have Chris Thompson listed as an unrestricted free agent. I'm pretty sure that Chris Thompson signed with the Jaguars, right? With what's his face? With Jay Gruden.
Yeah, and, I'm pretty sure you're right.
Dude, and here's another reason, we were talking about this before the podcast. Another reason for Jeff Bezos, that's his name, right? Jeff Bezos, to buy the team. You can't even look at Amazon.com and see some notebook that's changed in price where they haven't updated it in 5 minutes. How do you think he's going to run the the Redskins website? We're going to know who's on this team and who's off the team because he's not going to put up with any of that nonsense.
I'd be excited.
Efficient. He's going to be efficient if he buys the team.
That's another thing we need to get people's thoughts on. How would you like it if Jeff Bezos bought the team? Yes or no?
Well, we'd have Warriors merchandise on Amazon again.
It would be on in like 24 hours.
Redskins is off. You can't even buy anything. If you want to buy something, now's the time because you're not gonna be able to find it in the future. If you want old traditional Redskins stuff, you got to get it now.
Yeah,
I know. I actually looked at getting new like Darryl Green and Art Monk jerseys because I've worn these to so many games and they're all worn out and stained from tailgating and everything that I was like, I'm not gonna be able to get one like next week.
Yeah, so, I mean they're gonna stop making everything. So it's gonna be hard to find. Anyway, but y'all take care, man. Hey, did y'all hear the Logan Ryan rumor? I know that's been floating out there for a little bit, but possibility Skins being interested. So.
No, I didn't. Is that actual Skins news? We're not talking about actual Skins news.
It's not verified, but it's rumors that Logan. Yeah, we're not talking free agents. We'll move on. We'll stick to the name. That's the big news right now. The name's important. So
It's BR.
all right, guys. Yeah, I'll be listening in, guys.
All right, take it easy, man.
All right, man.
Take care. Bye.
Everybody, that was none other than the famous Alamo City Live Music, a.k.a. CJack17, a.k.a. CJ Shoots Photo.
And I see people are commenting in the gallery about how basically anyone's better than the Danny, which is so cool. And Bezos seems to be the right way to go.
David Herzing does not agree. He says he may be the only person who'd be more hated than Snyder.
Yeah. I mean, some people hate him, but man, I don't know in DC, especially once he gets this whole thing up and running.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I mean, can you imagine if he's just like, Dan Snyder, here's $4 billion, opens up his jacket, pulls it out of his wallet, gives him $4 billion. It's my team now. And then he's like, all right, I'm going to build a new stadium where RFK is. And it'll be up in like, I don't know, maybe 2 years, maybe less than that. You know how awesome that stadium is going to be if Jeff Bezos
complete with Amazon lockers.
Complete with Amazon lockers.
And a Whole Foods inside the stadium. Oh my word. It wouldn't be hard to find whatever our team name stuff is on Amazon. All on Prime.
Oh, speaking of the stadium, we did not talk about how George Preston Marshall has suddenly become public enemy number one to everyone finally. He really kind of should have been already. But, you know, they took down the statue outside of RFK, which is owned by the Redskins, the statue, not RFK, because it got beat up by Black Lives Matter protesters. And they renamed the section of the stadium for
Bobby Mitchell.
Bobby Mitchell. They took George Preston Marshall's name off it and renamed it for Bobby Mitchell. I thought that was a really good sign.
And when that happened, though, I was like, uh-oh, Dan Snyder's trying to do everything he can before he
has to change
goes
the name.
Down with maybe this will, like, throw him the steak. They throw the dogs the steak, and then they just keep coming, right?
It's like, there's too many dogs.
Give him the George Preston statue. That statue, though, did you see how the news articles were written as if the Redskins took down the statue, even though it was outside of RFK?
Yeah, they did not do it. Yeah, it was the, I don't know, the Park Service or somebody, I guess.
Yeah, but they did change the name of the bottom half of the stadium. You know, the one where all the Cowboys fans sit.
Yeah. Well,
anyway, I mean, I kind of like, the only thing I really like about this, looking on the bright side, is the whole starting from scratch. We've already got rid of everything crappy. We're starting over. Might as well have a new name too. Anyway, what else do we want to talk about right now before we I'm just glad that we talked Michael Kingswood off the ledge there.
I'm glad we did too, because
I want to talk about some stuff. Look, now that I've figured out how to pull up whatever web page I'm looking at. All right, there's
Chris Thompson. He is with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, I was looking today at the dudes that are on here. Like, how many of them? Can I open this up a little bit? Yeah, how many of these dudes?
Donald Penn, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, and all his kids.
Yeah.
Colt McCoy is with the Giants.
Yeah, but how many of these guys, like, could we still get? Like, Donald Penn actually held down the line last year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, better than anybody else.
Yeah. This dude, we really didn't want to see go. Remember? That sucked.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too much into this. We're already an hour in, but I just thought it was cool that I can actually, pull this stuff.
Bring it up to be like, look at this guy. We got.
But Tony Bergstrom has not been picked up by anyone, according to Redskins.com.
Yeah, according to them.
Yeah. Other news I did want to bring up right here: Brandon Scherf. He only has until the 15th to sign, which is going to be after our next podcast.
And I mean, Dan Snyder's not even probably going to be back in the country before that.
Yeah, wasn't he out like on his on his yacht when all this
I'm
went
sure
down?
he was probably on his like super yacht, being like super rich and cutting down super big trees from in front of the Potomac, between his house and the Potomac.
The Angry Orchard re-sign. John Bostic.
Yeah. So anyway,
We'll talk about this next week, but I think it's cool now that I can pull this up. I'm learning little things at a time. Anyway, well, I think that about wraps it up. It doesn't look like anyone else wants to come into the Discord call and be on the air. But that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Maybe next week.
Maybe next week.
We'll see. All right.
There's our exit music. Anyway, dudes, we'll talk to you guys maybe next week if something actually happens. We'll be on. Otherwise, it may be 2 weeks.
We may have a name by then. We may not. Who knows?
Hopefully, it's one that we can live with. And hopefully, Michael Kingswood, dude, hang in there, dude. Keep the faith. It's just a name.
Yeah. Hopefully, it'll be a cool name. We'll see.
Hopefully, will be. If you guys want to chat about this, our Discord room is always open for chatting. Just go in there and chat with all the listeners. That's how I found out about the name change when I was out in the woods.
While you're out playing snowshoe baseball in the wild woods of Wisconsin.
I got on there. I was like, what? What are you guys talking about? Anyway, dudes, we'll talk to you guys later. Hail to the Redskins. And if you see a Cowboys fan,
Joker!